Yo, what's crack-a-lackin'? So, it's pretty much a known fact at this point that TikTok is the main breeding ground for cancerous challenges. Challenges such as the Light Yourself on Fire challenge, the Overdose on Benadryl challenge, the Swim in a Frozen Lake challenge, the Insomnia challenge, and that's just naming a few that I know of off the top of my head. We're not even getting into the absolute garbage that exists on this platform. I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised if I read a headline that said something like, "Teenager killed by poisoning in a new TikTok challenge labeled the Drink Raw Sewage Challenge." Now today we're gonna look at a challenge that I believe was popular on TikTok a couple of months ago. Now I believe that this challenge in on itself is, solidified proof that the human race is self-destructing. So the headline for this article reads, "The TikTok Skullbreaker Challenge landed a teen in the hospital. 2 minors face criminal charges." So this is my first time hearing about this so-called Skullbreaker Challenge, and I just have to ask, who are the people attempting this challenge? I don't even know what you do in this challenge yet, and I'm sure we're gonna figure that out real soon, but it's literally called the Skullbreaker Challenge, okay? Now, in case you're not aware of this, the skull is pretty much what protects your brain and what keeps your head in shape. So the fact alone that this challenge was even conceived is I can't believe it. I feel like if aliens were to invade Earth, this would be something that the aliens would do. They would infiltrate our social medias, come up with these dumb challenges to convince us to kill ourselves, and then they would take over, and more people would buy into it. Anyways, at first the videos appear innocuous, showing 3 people standing side by side, but unlike other clips on the popular social media app TikTok, the users in these videos don't break into a coordinated dance number or act out a funny sketch. Instead, 2 people target the person in the middle, swiftly kicking their legs out from underneath them and sending them painfully onto the ground. I have a conspiracy theory that challenges like this are implemented from the government, okay, or like made up by FBI members, with like mainly 3 goals in hand. Number 1 is population control, okay? It makes the most sense that population control would be carried out in a way like this. Listen, we all know that overpopulation is a problem in this world, so it would make sense that somebody inside the government would come up with this thing as a way to, thin the herd. And it's not like people who actually are smart and use critical thinking are killing themselves for TikTok likes, so it definitely makes a lot of sense why that might be why these challenges are occurring. And my second theory is that the government is doing this to try to scare away aliens from raiding us. I mean, just think about it for a second, okay? If you're an alien touring the galaxy in your UFO and you come across planet Earth, and you're surveying the Earth to see if the human race is at all intelligent and can help the aliens with whatever they want to accomplish, but as you're trying to get a feel for the average intelligence of a human being, you're seeing these people kick their friends underneath them and essentially sending their friends to a hospital, assaulting members of their own species for TikTok likes. I would just move on. I'd fly away, go to a different planet. I think I said there would be 3 reasons, but those are the only 2 I can truly think of. Back to this article, it says, known as the Skullbreaker Challenge, a reference to the victim's head hitting the ground as they tumble backward, the dangerous routine has gone viral in recent months. Parents, school administrators, doctors, and law enforcement officials who are seeing young people nationwide land in hospitals with serious injuries are horrified. I mean, are we talking like Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare horrified, or like, oh, I'm cringing, so I'm just gonna use the word horrified to describe my cringing, because I can't imagine people actually being scared of somebody with, that stupid. I mean, I think the challenge itself is pretty goofy, but I don't know if it's horrifying. I wouldn't be horrified if I was a good parent. Like, if I know my kid isn't smart enough to, kick another kid for some likes on an app, I wouldn't really be scared. I mean, yeah, I guess the fact that, like, it's taken off and that people are doing it and landing in hospitals for it is pretty weird, but horrifying? If anything, I just think it's sad that, parents have just failed to raise their kids properly, unless, maybe parents are the ones doing this challenge. I doubt it, but you never know. I mean, shit, dude, there's gotta be at least one mom who's trying to be trendy and, like, relate with their kid, trying to do some family bonding via the Skullbreaker Challenge, Yeah, so me and my daughter, we're about to do the Skullbreaker Challenge on my husband. An hour later, the father gets declared dead at the hospital with, just severe brain injuries. On Tuesday, the Camden County Prosecutor's Office in New Jersey did something about it. Prosecutors charged 2 minors with 3rd-degree aggravated assault and 3rd-degree endangering an injured victim following a January incident related to the prank. I would say a little bit of a misuse of the word prank in this situation. I wouldn't consider aggravated assault to be just a prank, bro. According to a news release from the office, the prank caused another minor to suffer a seizure as well as head injury and a concussion. Well, you know, no surprise there. I mean, if your head hits the ground, yes, you will have a concussion. While the names and ages of those involved are not to be released by prosecutors because they are juveniles, Stacy Schenker of Cherry Hill, New Jersey told NBC News that her 13-year-old son had been injured at school. Now, a great way to prevent something like this from happening is to make sure your children are going to their classes. Unless this happened at like recess or something, but I remember back when I had recess that there was like 2 like school monitors or something who would watch recess to make sure, you know, nobody was killing each other. Also, quick little story time, by the way. Back in elementary school, Pokemon card trading was banned at my school because one of the kids got ripped off and their parents complained to the school. AKA, he got finessed and decided to be a bitch about it. After arriving at the school, Schenker said she was told by first responders that her son, who was unresponsive at the time, had a seizure. Initially, we didn't know what happened, she said, noting that her son had spent more than a day in the hospital. At that point, we had never heard of the prank. The Schenkers aren't alone in their experience. Recent reports detail similar cases in which unwitting participants of the Skullbreaker Challenge were hospitalized. Last month, an Alabama mother posted on Facebook that her son broke 2 bones in his wrist and needed surgery after he was unknowingly TikTok pranked. That's the thing about this challenge that really bothers me, okay? If you want to be an idiot, if you want to be a complete smooth-brained degenerate, desperate for TikTok likes, that you would let your 2 friends sweep your feet off the ground and risk, you know, brain damage and even death for some likes, then you know what, dude, go ahead. But the problem, like we read in the article, is that this is being done to people and kids who don't even know what the challenge is and doesn't even know that they're about to be hurt. You know, kids who aren't consenting to being pretty much just assaulted are being assaulted, and on top of that, they're not even reaping the benefits of their potential death, okay? They're not the ones, okay, who are getting to post this on their TikTok. Can you imagine that, just walking in the hallway of school, the 2 popular girls walk up to you, kick you from underneath, and you fall on your face, breaking your face. They start giggling and run off to class, and then they upload that to TikTok, get 1 million likes, and then you get sent to the hospital with a broken face and a very large medical bill. That's what bothers me even more, okay? Because like if the 3 Stooges want to go and try to do this for some clout and they all know what they're getting into, whatever, bro. But if you run up to the Amish kid who doesn't even know what TikTok is and pretty much throw him on the ground to try to get some likes for yourself, I mean, dude, you deserve to be thrown behind bars. Anyways, this article was written back in April, so I don't know if this challenge is still a thing or if people finally came to the realization that, you know, breaking your skull doesn't really have that many benefits, or if this is still happening because, like I said, I did delete TikTok. I don't have it on my phone anymore, so I'm not really in the loop on this kind of stuff, thank God. But yeah, moral of the story today, if you see somebody just standing on the side of the road minding their own business, don't run up behind them and then kick them underneath them so that they fall on their face. What especially bothers me is how kids that are on TikTok doing these challenges, when, you know, told by an adult not to do these challenges, they pretty much just write off that person as an old fart who doesn't understand TikTok and doesn't understand the culture, when in reality, the advice to not smash somebody's head open is advice that is pretty, you know, timeless advice, I would say. Anyways, that's where I'm gonna wrap it up today. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you made it to the end of the video, comment down green shell and I'll try to heart your comment. Big thanks to all of my channel members. As always, you guys rock. Follow me over on my social medias and join the Discord server. Links are all in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.